Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to thank Chairman Grassley and Ranking Member Feinstein for holding today's hearing. I also want to thank Senator Tillis and Senator Durbin for chairing, as well as the other members of this committee for participating, and for allowing me to introduce a fellow South Dakotan, Jonathan Kobes, who also happens to be an integral member of my staff. Also want to thank President Trump for nominating John as a circuit judge on the Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit. I enthusiastically support his nomination. Today, John is joined by his father, Wayne, John's wife, Beth, their 4 children, Madeline, Bethany, Johanna, and James, in addition to other extended members of their family. I want to welcome them all here today. One member of John's family who is not with us is his mother, Helen, who passed away earlier this year after a 19-month battle with ALS. Helen was a Dutch immigrant, landing at Ellis Island with her parents when she was just 2 years old. Her family moved around until they settled in Southern California, where her father found a job as a laborer on a dairy farm. Eventually, that immigrant, Helen's father, who came to the U.S. with nothing while supporting a family of 8, was able to work his way up to owning and operating 2 successful dairy farms. Seeking her own path to success in America, John's mother, Helen, eventually moved to Iowa to attend college, a first-generation college student, where she met John's father, Wayne, and they settled down to raise their family. Helen was full of determination and grit, whose own experience instilled John's strong, unequivocal belief in the American dream. Today, John is a resident of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where he has spent nearly 2 decades developing an impressive legal acumen that spans a broad range of legal experience. In addition to working in the private sector, his experience in public service spans all 3 branches of the federal government. John has diligently and reliably served as my general counsel since 2014. Before joining my staff, John served as Director of Corporate Compliance at Raven Industries Incorporated, as Senior Regulatory Counsel for DuPont Pioneer, and as Senior Counsel to Poet, LLC. In these positions, he managed a range of litigation, regulatory, and administrative law matters. He also provided complex legal advice and analysis to those major agricultural businesses within South Dakota. John has also been a litigation associate in the Sioux Falls office of Murphy, Goldhammer, and Pendergast, where he appeared before both state and federal courts in South Dakota. In the public sector, John served as an assistant United States attorney for the District of South Dakota, where he prosecuted narcotics offenses and violent crime on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. He also served as an honors attorney in the litigation division of the Central Intelligence Agency, the CIA, right here in Washington, D.C. But his first taste of public service was actually right here in the Senate, where, as a law student, he spent a summer working as an intern for this very committee. Mr. Kobes earned his Bachelor of Arts degree from Dordt College in Northwest Iowa and his Juris Doctorate from Harvard Law School, where he served as an editor and as the business manager of the Harvard Journal of Law and Public Policy. Upon graduation from law school, John served as a law clerk to Judge Roger L. Woolman of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit, the very judge we hope John will replace. Throughout his career, John has demonstrated his commitment to justice, the fair application of the law, and the betterment of the community by providing pro bono legal services to those in need. Before and during his time working for me, I have always been impressed with John's experience, competence, temperament, and ability to get work done in a thorough and conscientious manner. As my general counsel, I have had the privilege of his superior writing skills, thoughtful analysis, and ability to explain and present several sides of an issue fairly. It is through his experience and our interactions working together that I am confident he possesses the essential qualities needed to excel as a federal judge. Over the past 2 decades, John has served in all 3 branches of the federal government. He has litigated on behalf of both plaintiffs and defendants in court, has litigated both criminal and civil cases, and he has represented clients as counsel both outside and in-house. There are few with us as wide a range of experience and as academically qualified as John. I wholeheartedly support John's nomination as a circuit judge to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit and hope you will support his nomination as well. And thank you for holding this hearing.
Thank you, Senator Rounds.